Being skinny fat is a lot more of a struggle than most people think. Shopping for clothes, going to the beach, and planning what to eat can easily become a straight up nightmare. Are you supposed to cut or are you supposed to bulk? What the hell do you do if you're trapped in a skinny fat body? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you a full-out skinny fat solution with a step-by-step transformation blueprint to get you from skinny fat to lean and muscular. First, let's identify if you're actually a skinny fat person. The phrase skinny fat is used to refer to someone who has a weight and a BMI at a normal level for their height, but their body has a lot more fat mass than muscle mass. BMI is also known as body mass index, which is just a measure of your height to weight ratio, and it doesn't take into account muscle and fat percentages. So your BMI or body mass may come up as healthy at the doctor's office while your body composition is absolutely terrible. The same thing can be true vice versa. For example, my BMI comes up in the overweight category because I carry a lot of muscle, but my body composition indicates that my body fat is in the athletic zone. So some easy identifying features of being skinny fat are a muffin top, a very weak upper body, limbs that are skinny but your stomach is still fat, you're thin in clothes but problem areas are apparent when the shirt comes off, no muscle on your arms, and you have a lot of fat accumulation on the love handles, the lower stomach area, and unfortunately the lower chest area as well. Most skinny fat people are only making the problem worse, unfortunately. We can see this just by looking at how people become skinny fat in the first place. Essentially, this problem is the result of losing muscle mass over time, which leads to a lower metabolic rate, while simultaneously gaining fat due to maintaining the same caloric intake that we used to have when we had more muscle on and a faster metabolism. On average, an adult American will sit 11 hours a day, and only 6.5% of Americans meet the physical guideline requirements from work. In a nutshell, most Americans are sitting, working behind a computer, losing muscle mass and metabolism while still eating the same way that they used to eat. Now, once the average person notices that they're becoming skinny fat, their solution only exacerbates the problem. Most people immediately jump to a diet plan and cardio to burn off any kind of excess fat that they see accumulating on their body. However, for once, just dieting is not going to help you solve this problem, and cardio can even make it worse. Long duration running, like jogging on a treadmill, is most people's go-to form of cardio, especially when they put on a little bit of belly fat. Really, the more intense, high-intensity interval training version of cardio would be far more beneficial because the regular long-duration cardio is only going to burn a minimal amount of calories while potentially decreasing muscle mass and strength, and that's the last thing that you want to do because that's how you got into the problem in the first place. Would moving more towards a marathon runner's body solve your problem of a low metabolic rate due to low muscle mass, or would it make it worse? I'm telling you guys, it's only going to make it worse. So stop doing cardio. That's not how you're going to burn off that belly fat. Now, dieting is known as a universal solution to fat loss in general. And even though the dieting solution is almost always applicable to fat reduction and it will help you burn some belly fat, your diet's not the root cause of this problem. The root cause of this problem is that your body composition favors body fat and doesn't favor muscle mass enough. This could be due to periods of severe caloric restriction or excessive amounts of cardio or just minimum weightlifting with an emphasis more on high rep training. This leads to a bad body composition that we have to turn around. So the best way to turn that around is by starting to do weight training, and more specifically, heavy weight training. Granted, any form of weight training will help you build muscle in the beginning, so you can even do bodyweight calisthenics like push-ups, and that'll help you a lot. But if you do have access to a gym with weights, then I highly recommend that you start doing a progressive overload weight training program in which you're trying to up your weights over time. And for women, don't worry, you're not going to be all bulky. On average, women will only gain about half a pound of muscle over the course of a month. And that would be an excellent result. Muscle is going to help you look better, and I know this from years of trial and error. Over the years, between experimentation on myself and my clients, weight training with a primary focus on progressive overload has been the best way to build muscle mass. By you building muscle mass over time, you're going to start to change your body shape and your metabolism. So that's actually very important to mention, guys. Time is a critical element in building muscle. So you're not going to see results overnight building muscle. That doesn't happen just as fast as burning fat. However, if you consistently put in high quality effort with the weights, you're going to notice big changes within 3 months, and a year from now, you're going to be a totally different person. Sure as hell not skinny and fat anymore, let's put it that way. Now, while you're building muscle, it's not a good idea to just forget about dieting entirely. I recommend that you keep your calories right around maintenance and don't let them exceed, unless you want to bulk up and add some muscle along with some fat, because you can bulk and then cut to get out of the skinny fat situation as well, but I don't know if that's what everyone wants to do. Whether you're at maintenance or bulking, stick to a high protein diet and try to shoot for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. Also eliminate refined carbohydrates out of your diet. That includes pasta, bread, cereal, and food like that. Instead, the only carbs you should be having should be complex carbs, such as brown rice, sweet potatoes, yams, oatmeal, and things like that. Don't go too crazy with keeping carbs low in order to burn off some belly fat. Keep in mind that carbs are your primary source of fuel, and since your primary goal is to build muscle in order to ultimately not be skinny fat anymore, you want to make sure you're having enough carbs to fuel your strength during your workouts to build even more muscle. So again, complex carbohydrates are good. If you really think that they're preventing you from being as lean as you want to be, then when you're done building muscle, you can do a cut and focus more on cutting some carbs out of your diet to get really lean. However, again, while trying to build muscle, your carbs can go as high as 40 to 60% of your caloric intake. And then the rest of your diet will be healthy fats and vegetables. To calculate your exact macros, I want you to go to gravitytransformation.com, which I'll include a link in the description below, and you're just going to enter in your stats, and then you're just aiming to stay at maintenance calories. I would actually prefer for you to even choose to bulk up before you chose the fat loss calories. Ultimately, building more muscle will just set you up for the best conditions to burn fat fast when you're ready. And in the process of building the muscle, you may find that you burnt the fat off in that process, which is awesome. But that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I release new tips and tricks just like this. I'll see you guys soon.
Pump it.